fine.
Yes, okay. So my presentation is regarding the critical interpretations of a non-creative supervision practice for PhD students. This is just a review study. So it's related to the non-creative supervisions for PhD students. When we start all time regarding this area, regarding the thesis as product, so quality, so discussions, endless discussions regarding this quality, rigorous ethics, and preparation of PhD. And then this presentation or this paper is not take a negative part or not read the negative part of supervisions. Many supervisors and most PhD supervisors have excellent morality, so that's this just a reading of an exceptions. The other part is this study aims to interpret the negative, just negative action of supervisor practice of PhD students. And in this situation, we classify these negative effects or negative supervisions or type of supervisions. So conflict with supervisors, all we can see it in our institutes or our universities. So all this is regarding to the struggles or problems with the students. All these led to a problem. And then motivations and stress. Motivation and stress, in which is a part of morality or feeling, students' feeling. So that can create a negative sentiment for students. So regarding this issue, we can see that students start to feel to isolation, and stress, management of the time of working times, yes, and working life balances, problem regarding funding matters, lack of university support, so the lack of personal supports, concerns about the future. So reading in negative, in dark area, they don't find which is the next part of this. And the problem with motivations, which is very important aspect in this area, and conflict with the supervisors. In this situation, we can divide, as you can see, we can divide the supervision in approximately 8. We start with a type of supervisions, opposite supervisions. And this situation is lower supervision or supervising manner, and non-cooperations and low PhD student satisfactions for that appears conflict between students and his supervisor. We have another type of supervisor is ambiguous supervision, in which is regarding the supervisors comments and supervisor process. In this situation is not clear, so students, they haven't a clear picture about what is required, the orientation of thesis, thinking, so is not clear. So that's a type of supervisor. We have another type is autocratic supervisions. In this situation, leadership, we can see supervisor here, stress the use of authorities to control PhD students. So students follow instructions making by supervisors strictly, just listen without actions. So students are more in this situation without action, or actions is limited, and no, for students it is not accepted. A little input from students. Students appear to have a little confidence, in task and procedure, and no real sense empowerment can normally elevate the mode and the others. So just a feeling. We have another type of supervisions is a passive supervision. In this situation, students feel plummet for the results of study and feel emotionally disconnected. They get the impression that their work does not cover the subject of the thesis. So are not clear. So this type of supervision and can see is clear existent in our institutions. We have another type of supervisions is regarding with apathetic supervisions, indifferences, emotions from supervisors, and sometimes students feel coldness from supervisor, and supervisors are neglected or unaware of what is going on with their students and or in universities. So we have another type, another is ghost supervisions. In this situation, supervisor or supervision process not exist. So they cannot, our students cannot find supervisor. It's something we can call it invisible, and is rarely responding to emails when students send to his supervisor. So this type of supervision, which is negative, we have another type of supervision, this arrogant supervision. So the supervisor looked over the shoulder of the students, but we can observe this type of supervisions in new supervisors. They have this, in general, and they are control freaks. We have the and one type is bureaucratic supervisions. So represent bad supervisions, useless activities, and waiting hours for taking initiative in research process. So all these type of supervisions, as we can see, create a bad supervision process in which affect direct in students' competence and possibility to solve problems or develop skills. Our role as supervisor, we need to be as coaching, and then we help students to take the way to be a great or a good researcher. So the good supervising process required and helping from the supervisor and be in contact with him. We make an analysis regarding this issue. So we make a survey and sending this survey to different universities from Africa, America, Asia, and a part of Europe, and all students from the engineering branches, business and economy. They answer for this survey in which we created. 45% of respondents, they said we are in the first or the second years of study or PhD study. 13% they are in the third or fourth years. 9% last year. So in last year of study. This more than 17 respondents explain that supervisors are often very busy, whereas just 21 of PhD students receive few assistance. So we have just the lowest has been 3 times maybe per semester, just that. The survey showed that 17% of students feel negative regarding the supervising. Passive supervisions was the most common negative kind of supervision. So passive supervision. 17% follow the autocratic supervisions, and 13 oppose apathic, ghost, and bureaucratics. 6% they said strict supervision. But in this situation, we need to see that moreover 36 that said that is been helpful supervising process. Just 21 they said hasn't been helpful. Finally, we can see that 48 of respondents are satisfied with their doctorate process or studies. In this situation, we put some of results and discussions. A lot of supervising PhD, they think that a good thinking good supervisor need to work with their students in a friendly environment. So creating friendly environment to help students. They need to support his students through other all, so not just in starting and in the, in all studies stages, both in technical part and personally is important. A good supervision is which encourage and allow students to take independence in decisions and take and selecting working manner for research. Critics them friendly, which help them to be better independent researchers. So in conclusion, a good supervisor is a guide and mentor, and not encyclopedia or self-help book. As a conclusion, the role of supervising in this area for preparation his doctorate, a deep respect for the opinion of students' opinions, and from the moment they met until the defense of the dissertations, providing all kinds of assistance in deep understanding. So this is one of important conclusions. Working according to the jointly defined plan, which will help students to be more systematic and can work in ordinary form. Beside the as detailed and concretize it as possible in time. And others, practical assistance in formulating requirement is required. Conclusions in the scientific arrangement by doing so. This a part of understanding. Transfer of your experiences in the search for materials, which is very important. How can they select the competence materials and more effective materials for their research process or cycle? We need, or supervisor need to develop the students' students' ability to correctly draw up the scientific appearance. This is so 2 dots and dashes. We said that. Yes, so we think these are the most important issues to solve the supervising or supervisions process for students, in which we need all time to be beside them and find way to help them in their process. Yes.
Thank you, Professor.
Thank you.